stop. The one habit every guru tells you to do, it's keeping you poor, unfit, and average. And by the end of this video, you'll never set a New Year's resolution the same way again, because there's a mistake hiding inside the one habit every guru has told you to do. Setting goals. Let me ask you something. How many goals have you set in your life? Lose weight, make more money, build something, read more, wake up earlier, be better. Now let me ask you something harder. How many of those goals did you actually keep? Not just hit. Keep. Most people go silent here. And that silence? That's not a character flaw, that's a design flaw. And today we're going to fix it. There's a story I want to tell you about a runner. This person trained for 7 months straight. Early alarms, ice baths, skipped birthdays, gave up weekends, and race day came. And they ran, and they crossed the finish line. And something happened after that. Something nobody warns you about. Something that quietly destroys more people than failure ever could. I'll tell you what happened in just a moment. But first I need to show you the invisible trap. The one that was set the moment this runner decided to sign up for the race. Because the same trap, it's sitting in your life right now, and you don't even know it's there. Here's how it starts. You get motivated. Something clicks. A video, a conversation, a moment in the mirror, and you decide this time is different. So you set the goal. You write it down. And for a few weeks, you're on fire. And then life happens. One bad day. One missed workout. 1 week where everything falls apart. And suddenly the goal feels further away than when you started. So you reset. New year, new quarter, new Monday. Fresh start. And the cycle begins again. Sound familiar? Here's the part nobody says out loud. Picture January 1st. Gyms are packed. Apps are downloaded. By January 19th, statistically the most common day people quit, most of it is already gone. And it's not just resolutions, it's the promotion you got and felt strangely empty 2 weeks later. It's the degree, the certification, the number on the scale, that thing you were sure would change how you felt. And then it didn't. Not really. Not for long. This cycle isn't random. It isn't bad luck. It's built into the way goals work. Goals create a finish line. And finish lines, by definition, are meant to be crossed and left behind. That's the trap. Your brain is not broken. Your goals are. Now back to that runner. They crossed the finish line. 7 months of sacrifice. And in that moment, pure joy. Pure relief. And then the next morning came. No alarm went off. No training plan. No race on the calendar. Nothing pulling them forward. And within 3 weeks, they hadn't run a single mile. All that discipline, all that identity, gone. And here's the question that should terrify you. What in your life right now is built on a finish line? Hold that thought, because the solution is simpler than you think. But it requires you to let go of something first. Here's what's actually happening inside your brain. And this isn't just a theory. It's been studied. When you set a goal, your brain registers it as a gap, a problem to be solved, and your brain hates unsolved problems, so it releases dopamine to keep you moving. The wanting is the chemical reward, more than the having. But the second you hit the goal, the gap closes, the tension disappears. Psychologists call it the arrival fallacy, a term coined at Harvard. The deeply held belief that reaching a milestone will deliver lasting happiness. Among elite athletes, close to 1 in 4 experience clinical depression after major competitions. Sports psychologists call it the vacuum effect. All that focus, that structure, gone the moment the race ends. The moment the target is hit, there's nothing left to hold the shape. This isn't weakness, it's architecture. You spent months becoming a person who chases the goal, but you never became a person who lives the result. The runner trained to cross the finish line. They never became a runner. And that one distinction between chasing a result and becoming a person is worth more than every productivity hack, morning routine, and motivational video combined. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Okay, so I just need to try harder next time. I need you to let go of that idea right now. Willpower is not a character trait. It's a battery. It drains. Every single piece of research on self-control says the same thing. Motivation is a feeling, and feelings are, by design, temporary. So if your entire plan depends on a feeling lasting for months, you don't have a plan. You have a hope with a deadline attached. The people who succeed long-term aren't more disciplined than you. They're not stronger. They're not more committed. They just stopped relying on motivation completely and built something that doesn't need it. So what do the people who actually sustain success do differently? They don't focus on outcomes. They fall in love with systems. And here's the difference in one sentence. A goal is what you want to achieve. A system is who you decide to become every single day. The goal is run a marathon. The system is I am someone who runs. The goal is write a book. The system is I write 300 words every morning, no matter what. See the shift? You're not chasing anymore. You're being. And that changes everything because you can't fall off a treadmill you never got off. Here's how to build a system that actually sticks. 4 steps. Step 1. Replace the destination with a daily action. Don't ask, what do I want? Ask, what would I have to do every day to make that result inevitable? That answer is your system. Most people skip this step and go straight to step 2. And that's exactly why their plans fall apart by week 3. You can't shrink a goal you never converted into an action in the first place. Step 2. Make it stupidly small. I mean embarrassingly small. So small, you'd be ashamed to tell someone. Because a system only works on your worst day. If it only works when you're motivated, it's not a system. It's a streak waiting to end. 2 pages instead of a chapter. 5 minutes instead of an hour. 1 set instead of a full workout. Tiny and consistent. Beats big and occasional every single time. Let me paint you a picture. 90 days from now. Version 1. You set a big goal, get fired up for 2 weeks, miss a few days, fall off completely by day 20. Version 2. You build a system so small it feels silly. Day 1. Laughably easy. Day 15. It's just part of your routine. Day 40. Someone asks what changed, and you can't quite explain it. Day 90. You're not trying anymore. You just are this person now. Step 3. Measure the identity, not the outcome. Every time you follow your system, you cast a vote for the person you want to be. Stack enough votes, the identity changes. And once the identity changes, the behavior becomes automatic. You don't need motivation anymore. You just need to be yourself. Step 4. Review the identity, not the streak. This is the one almost nobody does. Once a week, not every day, just once, ask yourself one question. Who showed up this week? Not, did I hit my numbers? Not, how many days in a row? Just, who showed up? Because the moment you obsess over a streak number, you've turned your system back into a goal. And one missed day will feel like failure again, instead of just a Tuesday. The streak is not the point. The person you're becoming is the point. Remember that runner? Here's the version of that story that ends differently. Same person, same race, same finish line. But this time, they didn't train for the marathon. They decided to become a runner. They crossed the finish line. And the next morning, the alarm went off anyway. Not because there was another race, but because running wasn't something they did anymore. It was something they were. That's the whole game. Right there. True long-term success is not about any single achievement. It's about the endless cycle of showing up, refining, improving, becoming, day after day, whether anyone's watching or not. Your commitment to the process is what determines your progress, not the trophy, the process. Here's what I want you to do, right now. before this video ends. Pick one area of your life, just one, and ask yourself, what is the smallest daily action I could take? So small it feels almost pointless, that if I did it every single day for a year, would completely transform that area of my life? That's your system. Write it in the comments below. Seriously, the moment you say it out loud, it becomes real. If this shifted something for you, share it. Someone in your life is stuck in the gold trap right now. They need to see this today. I'll see you in the next one.